What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Little Scale Cars YouTube channel. Today in the review box, we have the Aston Martin Vantage GT3 from PopRace. This is my very first PopRace model, so this is going to be an eye-opening experience for me, and hopefully for you as well if you don't have any PopRace. So, without any further ado, let's take a closer look at this and see if it is worth adding to your collection. So, as always, let's get things started with our casting. Taking a look at our proportions, happy to say that this is very, very good. No issues proportionally whatsoever, which is always good to see. We'll go ahead and pop the real life car up in the top right corner there so you can kind of compare it a little bit and see how you like. Should be pointed out that this is the 2022 Vantage GT3 because recently the Vantage GT3 has undergone a facelift, so it doesn't look quite like this anymore. But for a 2022 variant, this is spot on. So, taking a look at our casting here, everything is basically metal that you're going to look at and see body-wise, except for your rear wing and your mirrors. You are going to have plastic, or not a plastic base, you are having a metal base. And then this section right here of the diffuser, so the main diffuser down here is metal, but this little section here with the carbon fiber accents, that is plastic as well. But other than that, everything is pretty much metal and done very, very nicely here. All of our body lines casted in very good. These vents on the hood look phenomenal. You got these little vents here over the wheel covers, which look really cool, and they are textured in nicely. All the body lines, the doors, skirt down here, piece of the base looking phenomenal. Again, the splitter down here, a piece of the base, plastic inserts there for the kind of grill section. Overall, like, engineered very nicely and replicating the real-life car very, very nicely. So, paint and deco. This is the real-life livery. This ran in the 2022 24 Hours of the Nürburgring. This is the number 21, and it matches that basically perfectly. You get the number 21, all the sponsors, Michelin logos everywhere that you can see. Up front here, we got some sponsors, Gran Turismo across the window, or windshield, I should say. The AMR and the Aston Martin logos on top. The Aston Martin on the rear wing there, Aston Martin Racing. Again, all your kind of sponsoring back here. All your sponsoring back here. Even a little Michelin man right there. Overall, the deco is basically spot on and looks really, really good. Moving into our detailing category here. So starting up front, you do get these nice plastic headlight inserts, which look really, really cool and sleek. We do get a little Aston Martin logo there. It is kind of hard to see, though. If we come down to the base section here, we do have this plastic insert with some meshing in it for the grille. There is a small lip. You're almost probably not going to be able to see. The very lip of the splitter here has carbon fiber printing, but it does not have it on this section. And if you look at it from this way, you can see it's not here. It's only on the very edge of the lip, which is odd. Not really sure why they did that, but it's perhaps done intentionally. So when we come down the sides here, we do get race accurate wheels with the tire printing, which is really cool to see. And then you can see there is a brake disc back there, which is also cool. I don't really see any calipers. There's a thing on this right here that looks like it might be trying to replicate a caliper, but it's not super easy to tell for sure. Those are actually kind of incorporated into these spacers here under the wheels, which is cool. Carbon fiber work right here makes you make your way down the sides. You do have kind of rubberized mirrors here, but they don't get any kind of sticker there to give you a reflective look, much like a Mini GT. Making our way to the rear section, we do get this taillight here. This is painted on, but it is painted in a metallic paint that does make it look like it's a plastic insert, so that's cool. And then we do get our kind of rear detailing that you would expect to see, tow hook, indications, little guys there, a little Aston Martin logo here, and again another Aston Martin Racing livery or a decal painted on the rear wing here. And then the rear wing done in a nice carbon fiber. When we look in the interior section, you can see that there is roll cages sections in there, especially in that rear window, and that looks really cool. Overall, the detailing is absolutely packed in there. So, moving into our roll test. If you're like me and have never owned a PopRace, you're not sure how well it rolls, and let me tell you, it rolls extremely smooth. It is very much on par with Mini GT in how it rolls. I put this one on the scale, and it comes out to be 45.43 grams, so that metal base as well as metal body give it a very heavy feel, and it feels good. So pros and cons, getting started with our pros. This is the first Vantage GT3, at least from this year, done in the 1/64 scale space. Hot Wheels has the Vantage GTE, which you will see later on, but this is the GT3 car, which does have some slight differences. The second big pro is going to be the absolutely perfect deco work and the absolutely perfect casting. Like this is just an absolutely fantastic model, a perfect replication of the real life car, and it's incredibly cool. The third big pro is going to be the price. I got this thing for $13. So this is slightly more detail than you would get from a typical mini GT for about a mini GT price. So that is definitely something I think is really nice. For our cons, though, no model can be without cons, except for this one. This one does not have any cons that I can really find, especially factoring in the price point. Like, it's just great. It's fantastic. I don't have any complaints at all about it. For some quick size comparisons, here we have it with some Aston Martin models from Mattel. The first one with the Aston Martin Vantage GTE from Hot Wheels Race Day. Now, this is an extremely similar car to the GT3, but they are ever so slightly different. The other one is the Aston Martin DBS Volante from Matchbox. And then here we have it with some other GT3 spec cars with the Tarmac Works Ferrari 488 GT3 and the Mini GT Acura NSX GT3. So with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and find an overall score here. The hype level, I'm going to give it a 9.35. It was not the first deco that this casting has been done in. It is the first one that really caught my eye, though. But even with that, I still kind of hesitated to pick this up. I got this several weeks after it had released. Execution is a 10 out of 10. I have never given a perfect score in any category before, but they absolutely executed this thing to perfection. There is nothing else to say. I don't even have any sort of small QC issues. For the feedback, again, I haven't seen anyone with any complaints about this one whatsoever. So I'm going to give it a 9.95 out of 10 because I am sure that somebody out there has got some small gripe with it. So for that reason, I'll give it a slight doubt there. When we take these three scores and we add them up and average them out, we will end up with a 9.77 out of 10 as an overall score, which is an absolutely great score for essentially a perfect model. I can't recommend this one enough, in all honesty. I am shocked by how good it is, especially at that price point. That's a $13 model that is more detailed, more realistic than some $25 models that I've reviewed. I would definitely say pick this one up sooner rather than later, because this is one, if you are a racing fan, you will feel as though you've missed out. As a matter of fact, I feel as though I've missed out because this is the only deco I have, and I never picked up any of the earlier decos. So if they are to re-release this casting in another deco, I will definitely be picking up a second one. And with all of that, guys, that is all I have for this review. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you are new and haven't done that already, and make sure to leave a comment down below telling me what your thoughts are on this particular model, and I will see you in the next video.